All right, Shalom. First and foremost, I want to give our praise, glory, and honor to Yahweh, Ba'ashem, Yahweh Shai, Ba'ashem, Rakakwadash, Barakatham. Double honors to the apostles and the elders of the great millstone, and to all Akim across the globe, pushing the word truth in the city, want to say Shalom. We're seeing the not only the fall of Esau, man, we're seeing the shame being uncovered by the Israelite women, and over the years, you've seen an increase of these Israelite women marrying the Edomites and being unalived by them, and I say Yapa, these are the same women who talk down on the Israelite male because um, guilt, I guess, or they feel they've been mistreated by their baby dads or husbands, they just have a nasty attitude toward a black male. So they run to their enemy, and expect a queen's life, a princess life, where it's been told many times where the Edomite women have been called nigger by their spouses, by the Edomite males, And at the end of the day, to never trust our enemy, man, and that's why our Lord forbade, all right, us from intermarrying these other nations, such as, the Edomites, mainly because they don't bring forth Israelite children, okay? You have a misconception of um, having 1 ounce of black blood or 1 drop of black blood makes you black. No, the identity, the heritage comes from the male. All right. So if you're a so-called Israelite woman marrying a Ishmaelite or Edomite, or Moabite, all right, and produce children, those children are not black; they're heathens. All right. So I'll get this Lamentations 2, because right now you're starting to see the shame, the fear, the Israelite women. Nobody wanting them. You have all these degrees, you have all these BBLs and these six-figure incomes, and you're lonely, you're tired, you're miserable, you're unappreciative, you're combative, all right? And now you're starting to see that you're gonna need a man in these times, because Donald J. Trump is coming after you niggas too, man. The Lamentations 2 and 10. The elders of the daughter of Zion sit upon the ground and keep silence. They cast dust upon their heads. They have girded themselves with sackcloth. The virgins of Jerusalem hang their heads, hang down their heads to the ground. And these women are starting to feel the crunch. Their EBTs are being monitored. In some states, their child support is getting reduced, if not taken away. All right, they're starting to see the absenteeism of their fathers that they put out the door. All right, come to fruition in their demon-ass kids, these YNs, okay, who are causing a ruckus and wreaking havoc on our communities. The lady had the audacity to say that when her son was attempting a break-in of a home and was unalived, had her nerve to say he was only trying to rob you, you didn't have to kill him. And I laughed, and all of us laughed at that sentiment. Like we're just supposed to let your unmannered, your unwatched, your unsupervised, your uncultured. When I say uncultured, I mean as far as the law, statutes, commandments, and the heritage of our scriptures. All right, let them run amok. They got a thing called the Kia boys, and trust me, them Kia boys ain't Edomites, man. All right, those YNs who are kicking down doors and beating up on the elderly, running around with these shiesty masks on at 90-degree weather. All right, these are the product. This is the product that you have produced out of your womb. Okay, you have other nations talking down on you about how you're abusive, you're unladylike, you're manly. All right, and now there's a shortage of men because nobody wants to be dealing with your attitude, man. All right, verse 11, it said, "Mine eyes do fail with tears, my bowels are troubled, my liver is poured upon the earth for the destruction of the daughter of my people, because the children of the sucklings swoon in the streets of the city." You know, you're seeing these women being kicked out their houses for not being able to pay support or pay rent. Right? They have lived off the system for so long, all right, that the well is run dry. They're being put out by their boyfriends and their husbands for cheating and falsifying DNA tests. You got men raising children out there, and when they find out, you know, they put their ass out. You know, with their children, because why? Because their children are not theirs, man. All right, it's the point. So they say to their mothers, "Where is corn and wine?" When they swooned as the wounded in the streets of the city, and their soul was poured into their mother's bosom, man. So they, in the NLT, said they cry out to their mothers, "We need food and drink." Right, man, because you really need a man to support you. A man is a provider. Right? But a man don't provide where he's appreciated, where he's comforted, where he's loved, where he's helped. Not to be taken advantage of, to be thought as a paycheck, a quick come up. You see, because they're not going to say it, but these women who have put the brothers out their homes and keeping brothers from their children, their lives of those children's lives become uh, uh, um, not as well as it was when they had both as well when they had both parents in the home, man. You know, now all of a sudden the groceries are cut in half, the trips and the delicacies are dwindled. Okay, the burden is more placed on the mothers not able to compete or not compete to keep up that lifestyle that was once provided by having both incomes, by having a male in the house. You know, so they're eating way less. You know, and I'm just talking about the brothers in general because I know that they provide very well meals at their homes. They provide a strong structure and leadership. They provide a sense of stability, a sense of uh, 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 comfort, all right, and protection and safety. Also, wisdom, all right. The man of the house is the leader, so therefore, the decisions that are being made are come from a realistic decisions and not emotionally based. You know, and the kids are asking like, "Where dad at?" or "Why'd you kick dad out?" Ever since dad left, you know, our water been cut off, our lights been cut off. You never have no money to do X, Y, and Z. You know, and then when it comes to these babies, the WIC and the Infamil and all these nutritional needs of the children are not met. You know, these women are not able to feed and provide for their children. The children are dying. Okay, you have women who are putting their children in ovens, putting them in barbecue grills, leaving them in restaurants and bathrooms. Okay, it's just something that's going to increase more and more, man. You know, there's going to be a lot of young infants, or a lot of infants, all right, a lot of single mothers with the infants who are going to watch their kids die in their arms. It says Jeremiah 4:30, and when thou art spoiled, what wilt thou do? Though thou clothe thyself with crimson, though thou deckest thee with ornaments of gold, though thou rentest thy face with painting, in vain shalt thou make thyself fair. Thy lover will despise thee; they will seek thy life, man. This is could be suited to the woman, man. You know, you're wearing these scantily clad clothes, these revealing and provocative outfits. All right, you putting on all this that clown costume. Okay, you're shaking your ass in front of your children on OnlyFans and running multiple men in and out your house. But when it's 2 in the morning and you need to get your tire changed, all right, none of those men are able to or are willing to come and bail you out, man. All right, you know, I had testimony. A person in our family, she had a blowout on the expressway with her boyfriend. All right, and he didn't know how to change no tire. All right, they had to call. She had to call her mother, my sister. All right, to go out there and help them, man. You see, and these women, you know, it says, and I love her with despite you, they shall seek thy life. Yeah, these women are going to realize marrying these heathens, particularly these Edomites. All right, they're gonna be unaliving you, man. All right, you know. So that one should call halal. Y'all bust me outside. Double honors to the elders of the apostles of the millstone. Until next time, shalom and a baba bar.